Jimbob.
All right.
Thank you very much for coming along today. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, cheers. Thank you for inviting me over. It's very kind of you.
So for anybody watching this in the replay after the live stream, thank you very much for coming along to watch that. Really appreciate it. And just a few things before we start the video, just to sort of tell you what this live stream is going to be about, so you sort of know which order. We're going to be talking about a few things here today. I need to turn the volume of my phone off. There we go. So we're going to be talking about a few things. The first main thing on my part is the quails. So that's what I will be talking about first. Is there in particular that's sort of interesting or important you want to be talking about, Jimbob?
I think we need to address some concerns
that
are lurking around my world, well, our world of YouTube and our community.
Yeah.
So we'll get on to that when there's more people in the stream.
I think perhaps should we tackle this issue now? Talk about it now and talk about it later as well. So anybody watching it on the replay can also see and hear about the issue. So sorry if anybody's heard about this. We're just going to say it again because me and Jimbob have lost. Well, I think in the end you actually gained subscribers, but I lost about 8 subscribers in the end from this whole ordeal. So I'll let Jimbob explain it because it was his issue originally.
Yeah. Right. So where to start? That's a very important question. So actually, it was Mike. He discovered on my channel he searched up my channel in the YouTube search. He discovered there was another channel with the same name as mine, Jimbob's Greenhouse Adventures. Now, he looked on a few of the videos, and they were a bit weird, if you ask me. Yeah, they were saying how they despise Jimbob's Greenhouse and how the whole of YouTube will unite against me, and I can't remember the exact word he used. They would unite against me and take my YouTube channel down. I think that was it. Anyway, that didn't happen, as you can tell. However, this fake account has caused quite a few issues to the point where Andrew Fishman, who is a great friend of mine and is a great supporter of my channel, is an avid supporter of both mine and Mike's channel.
Yeah, definitely.
He helped me out stop this issue, and then you stepped in, didn't you, Mike? And you said you told them, well, you gave them a piece of your mind.
Yeah, basically.
But then they did something unexpected. They went onto your channel and started saying unkind things.
Yeah.
People thought it was me, and people started asking questions, and were like, "Really? You know, is this really Jimbob?" Some people thought that it was me and were properly offended, and I'm really sorry if you were. But I can tell you now that wasn't me. And I think that actually Mike suffered because he was being associated with the fake channel in a way that people thought he was associated with the fake channel when actually he's associated with me, the real deal.
Yeah. That's the issue, because me and Jimbob are associated, because this troll came off being Jimbob, many people who are subscribed to me or Jimbob know that me and Jimbob are very good friends as we make, a few videos and live streams together. Troll came about on his channel. I think, like I said, I think I lost 8 subscribers in the end from that.
Yeah.
And you lost quite a few, but then you gained the majority of them back in about an hour or so, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm on 89 now, I think. So, yeah, I'm doing quite well.
Well, so that is unfortunately how YouTube has been for us the past few days. However, it looks like this troll has gone now, as you said, thanks to Andrew Fishman. Just got to hope that our channels can recover, especially yours, because although I lost the more subscribers, those messages, you don't know how many comments on how many he's left, so that could still damage your channel in years to come.
I think big deal is that it's not just who he's left them to, it's how many people have viewed that anyway. You know,
Definitely.
they might scroll down the comments, see me telling somebody to go do one, and it's a bit like, well, I don't really want to be supporting that person, or they
No,
might get the wrong idea. And certainly, if I saw somebody doing that, I wouldn't want anything to do with them. So
definitely.
that's why I was so keen to have this person
Removed.
removed. Yeah, yeah. And it looks like that happened after some um,
Very
particular.
loyal members of the community stepped in.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they helped
yeah,
both of us out. Andrew Fishman, I think he was the main one, to be honest. You won't mind me mentioning.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, thank you, Andrew. Basically, you got rid of that troller. I don't know how you did it because this person really didn't want to leave, but you
No, and I
managed.
think no matter what you said to
Thank
him,
you.
he was so set on wrecking my channel. I don't know why, but they were. So there you go. I think Mike's disappeared for a bit. So
Yeah, sorry, I was just adjusting the lighting. Yeah, I know my chair's really noisy. So we've got 5 people in here. It's saying been going for 10 minutes. So obviously the banner along the bottom does recommend you subscribe to Jimbob's Greenhouse Adventures, and I am going to recommend it here now. If you haven't already, subscribe to Jimbob's Greenhouse Adventures for probably some of the best gardening content you can find on YouTube. He does potting up videos, the beginner's guide, which is actually been very useful for a lot of people. So if you haven't already checked out his channel, I really, really recommend going along, especially if you are a new gardener, because he has some very in-depth videos on teaching you how to do some gardening things that without these videos, you probably wouldn't be able to find out unless you would go through multiple books for hours on end. And even then, you would only learn half the information that Jimbob tells you. So if you haven't already, check out his channel. I highly recommend it. You okay there, Jim? You back? There you go. You're back. We can hear you.
So seriously about this.
Your mic quality's gone right down, Jim. I think you've muted yourself. You've muted yourself. Yeah, excuse these technical difficulties. I'll just message him. Sorry about this. Oh, he's left now. Okay, so it's just me now. I'll try and invite him back in. Sorry about this, everybody. There we go. I've sent him another invite to join. Hopefully, he can get that working again. Seems we're still here, so that's good. Yeah, sorry about that. So I'll go back on to just talking a little bit about a few things that I've been doing lately. I won't get onto the main thing about the quails. You have to wait for that. Poultry Pal is here. Hello. Thank you very much for coming along. I've just realised my chat isn't working on my phone. Okay, so Jimbob's just put in the chat. He's having some serious technical difficulties. So who else is here? There we go. All of the messages have just appeared. Yeah, so hopefully trying to resolve this as we speak. Send him another invite to the chat. I'm very sorry about this, everybody. So how are you today, Poultry Pal? And if I'm not getting any of your messages, please send them twice. Sometimes the chat doesn't quite pick them up, or it filters them out, I think, something like that. So if you are trying to message me saying hello and I don't see it, or it doesn't appear on here, please message again. I'll say hello to you. So thank you very much for making that video, Poultry Pal, about the Cornish blacktails. I really appreciate that. That was very useful for me. Again, anybody that doesn't know Poultry Pal's channel, check him out. He makes some amazing guides on all things chickens. And he has got a lot of videos now up, actually, that are very, very useful, especially if you're learning to keep chickens. And if you're trying to convince somebody why you should have chickens, check out Poultry Pal's channel, because he's made a video about why you should keep chickens. So that's a very interesting one to check out. There we go. Yeah, unfortunately, Jimbob has lost connection. Hopefully we can get him back in very soon. I'll send him another invite. He might not be receiving the invites. There we go. So I'll carry on, unfortunately. Hopefully Jimbob will be back, but if not, this will just turn into a solo stream. So lately, I have been preparing for a plant sale I had today. I basically have been making sure that all of my sale plants are in very good condition, pruning them, deadheading the majority of them, although I did skip the Hebes, because anybody that has any Hebes, you'd know that they form hundreds and hundreds of flower heads, seed pods, that type of thing, and they just die very quickly, and then you're left with all these little brown patches on your plants, and you've got to try and get rid of them. So I did skip those ones, but everything else I have been deadheading, pruning. I think the main pruning I've done lately would be my mint and curry plants. I pruned those about a week ago now. They're already beginning to grow back, which is very good. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we will be able to pot them up again into some slightly larger pots and just have those as cutting stock for curry plant and mint. That's the plan anyway. So I also bought a guinea pig house about a week ago now, maybe a week and a half. It was £30, I believe, and they bought it brand new for £150. So I thought that was quite good. It did need a lot of work. I had to replace the floor in it completely because it was some plywood, but it was only about 3 layers thick because it was only 4 guinea pigs, and it had begun to sort of rot away. So I got some much thicker, better quality plywood, cut that down to size, put that in for the floor, and that's worked very well. So then the other day, well, it was actually on my last live stream, which would have been not yesterday, but the day before, so 2 days ago, I was talking to Rachel Jane's allotment, and she has quails. So that sort of got me thinking about quails, because I have wanted to get some for a very long time. I spoke to a few Australian YouTube channels who kept quite a lot of quails, and they recommended, that I look for some and try and get some. So that's what I decided to do. And then obviously I found some, so I was very happy. I found some very close to me, and I managed to get them. So they're £5 each, or a trio, so 2 females and a male, for £12.50. And he had 2 different types of quail. So he had your common, just Japanese Cortinux quails, I think they're called, and Japanese tuxedo quails. Tuxedo back quails, I think, something like that. Anyway, so I got a trio of each, and they are now in this pen, or the guinea pig hutch that I bought for them. Although I didn't actually intentionally get it for them. It was supposed to be for my chicks to grow up in. But then I decided quails would be perfect to put in there. So that's where they are for now. However, I might move it around because I have also found out that they don't require that much space, and they are quite happy just living in a hutch with a little run in front. So I might possibly change that. And also in the winter, he said it is good to bring them into a shed. So I will probably in the winter move them into that shed anyway, so that they can be safe. Green Raven is here. Hello. Thank you very much for coming along. I've got my phone chat on because the chat on the computer is about a minute behind. So it's useful just to have my phone on. So Laura's saying, getting ready for work and we'll be in the car shortly. Yeah, I think you normally watch in the car, don't you, Laura? That's sort of like the average viewing. Yeah. So anybody that doesn't know, Jimbob's Greenhouse Adventures recently had a fake account made, and this fake account has been going around to numerous channels pretending to be him, being very rude to the people on the channel, and basically trying to make Jimbob lose subscribers. And it has worked, unfortunately. So if you don't already know this and you have received a nasty message, it isn't him. Thank you very much. All right, thank you. So just, and if you do get any messages from him, Jimbob has asked for you to email him. I think he's put his email address in the about section of his YouTube channel, I believe. And he has asked anybody who sees this happening, please message him so he can try and resolve the issue as soon as he possibly can. However, we do believe this trolling account or fake account has now gone, thanks to the help of Andrew Fishman. So thank you very much, Andrew. So it doesn't look like Jimbob's coming back anytime soon. I will send him another invite in a minute. Hopefully he'll come back. His microphone sort of went a bit weird and then he left. Oh, he's on his way. Okay, that's good. There we go. So hopefully Jimbob will be back in a minute or two. I'll just keep an eye on this bottom section to add him as soon as he joins. So how is everybody today? Have you got any new chickens, Poultry Pal? Because am I right in saying you've got, is it 5 or 6 Rhode Island Reds you have? I can't quite remember. Assuming you're still here. There we go. Jimbob is connecting.
Guess who's back? I'm back. Hello. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm not quite sure what happened there. It just started buzzing. Could you hear that over the stream?
No,
or?
your mic went weird. You
Right.
like pixely almost. Like your voice sounded pixely, if that makes sense.
Yeah, not quite sure what happened there, but it's fixed now, so let's not worry about it. Let's get the chat up.
Yeah. Is the chat not on the side for you?
No, it never has been. It wasn't on the last.
On the top right of the screen, it says "View on YouTube." Click that. That should actually take you to the live stream, so that you can participate in the live stream here. You won't be able to see what me and you are doing exactly live. Barbara's allotment is here. Thank you very much for coming along.
Right. Hello, Barbara. How are you? So what have I missed then? Sorry, I've been away
Well, I've
for
been talking about the fails that I got.
Oh right, yeah. How are they going?
I've also just mentioned the faker again.
Mm,
So
yeah.
I know Barbara received a message or two. So
Oh right.
yeah,
Yeah.
Barbara know on Facebook and in a previous live stream as well. So
Right. I'm really sorry for what happened. Um, there is no explanation for what he did. However, I can assure you that it won't be happening again anytime soon. Well, I hope it won't be anyway. But I think he's gone. But if you do receive any nasty messages from anybody, just let me know through my email address. It's in my about section of my channel.
I'm glad I double checked that because I was telling everybody your email address in the about section. But I thought, oh no, what if he's changed it?
Well, you never know, do you?
You never know.
No, it should still be on there.
I suppose it made it worse as well, Barbara, because I changed my phone because my normal phone died. I didn't respond to any messages for several days because I wasn't receiving any. So then I got all these messages all at once, and I had several people saying what had happened. I was like, oh no, the damage is probably already done. But fortunately,
Well, the thing is, I didn't know until you told me because
yeah,
nobody
we
told
don't
me,
know.
nobody commented or anything.
We don't know how long this
was
has gone on for.
I mean, God knows how I didn't know. I was just like sat there, and by the time
Yeah.
I got involved, Andrew was already tackling the fire, sort of thing. So I don't know if this chat's updating. I think there's something wrong with it. No, maybe not.
It's about, say, like about a minute delayed, but it does appear.
Right.
So if not answering your question straight away, it could be that. But if you come in and we don't know
Yeah, don't worry about it.
again, because sometimes the chat randomly filters out people, I've noticed, so, and I only ever see it on the playback. So just say if we don't. Oh, the taxman was on the phone.
Oh dear, that's never a good.
Well, actually, in this
That's
case,
never
it appeared on my computer before on the phone, but normally it's about a minute delayed.
Yeah. Right. So they went on Barbara's channel and said that you don't like me, and then just delete it. Yeah, that's just the best thing. I think some of them you can obviously tell that they're fake just by the way they've worded stuff. However, if you do see anything, just let me know because it could be going on behind. Like, I mean, if I don't know about it, I can't do anything. So if you do see anything, let me know.
What's annoyed me is we're small channels. It's not like we've got, thousands and thousands of subscribers. We're very small channels. End of
Not
the day,
yet.
what are they gaining from bullying
I mean,
small channels?
it's just.
It just shows they're not brave enough to even think about tackling a larger channel. If they're going to pick on a channel that's not even reached 100 subscribers yet, it's silly. It's petty. And by the way,
Think
we'll be able to get Jimbob to 100 subscribers very soon. So if you know anybody,
hopefully.
get them to subscribe to Jimbob.
I've got some new content out now, and it's the start of something new. It's really fresh content, and the good thing about it is it's edited well. It looks. I've got a tripod now, so the camera's not shaky. I've fixed everything up. I've done all the right things.
Yeah.
I'm starting to. The only thing that I need to do now is make a background. channel art, and that's what infuriates me about YouTube, and really makes me annoyed is that I can't seem to do it. No matter what I do, I size the photo down to the right size and says it's too small, or it's too big, or it's the file's too big, or it's just you know, it's just so infuriating when it doesn't go right. So
Yeah.
Laurie put, I thought your fake comments to me was something you meant to send to somebody else. Yeah. So that was I'm not quite sure what went on there. If I go back to the video and I can properly quote it, because I'm not quite sure what went. Oh, I think I deleted the comment. Now I think, but I think he put something about sarcasm, or he said to stop talking about Andrew. I think he said, or
Yeah, it was something like I don't appreciate your
yeah,
sarcasm or something, because I was trying to go through and spot anything to let you know. It was something like I don't appreciate your sarcasm.
that was it. That was yeah. I don't appreciate sarcasm, and I really felt sorry for somebody called Moody Blooms, who she's just a new subscriber, and then this fake account said, she said, "Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate your videos." And then he put, "But you shouldn't." And I was like, "Well, you shouldn't appreciate them," or something like that. And I just thought,
Yeah,
you know,
and then
that's
they
his
put
subscriber
something like
gone.
hint taken or something, didn't they?
Yeah. And then she replied, "Okay, no."
I think Moody Blues found you through a live stream me and you did together, because they were a subscriber to me for a little while, but they've unsubscribed from me as well, which is a shame.
Yeah, I've gone on one of their videos recently and commented and just apologised pretty much, but she hasn't replied, and I don't think she's taking much notice of me. So,
No,
oh, she might have
it is
replied
a
actually.
shame that this person has tried to do this.
It's wrong because
Yeah.
I'm trying to grow a channel and I can't grow it when somebody's cutting off the new heads all the time. That's not a gardening reference at all, by the way. Someone's cutting off all the fresh growth that I keep making. You know, it's just.
Thing is, that you were so close to 100. That's the thing, you were painfully
I
close.
was very close at one point.
And this
Yeah.
just literally scat you right down again. I think you're 12 away now, aren't you? So if anybody's got any, if anybody
I think I'm
here,
11 away now.
Jimbob, subscribe to Jimbob. If you have any second accounts for trialing videos, sound tests, anything like that, subscribe to Jimbob on them, because we are trying our hardest to get him to 100 subscribers. And it would be really nice if we could get him to 100 subscribers in one of our live streams.
I'll tell you what I'll do, and this is a promise. I'm just reading the chat actually. So Laura's put, "That guy made you paranoid about Andrew." Yeah, I mean it's just ridiculous. I don't know. He's obviously taken advantage of that situation.
Yeah.
You will be appreciated. You will appreciate the 100 a
Yeah.
little more. Yeah, thank you.
Because your
I
journey.
promised this. If I can get to 100 subscribers, I'll do a seed giveaway. There you go. I'll do a seed giveaway. And if you want to enter it, comment down the giveaway. So when I do reach 100 subscribers, comment down below your. Oh, what would it be? Well, actually, comment down below. Just say you're in or something like that, and then
Thank you very much.
then email me. Which my email address is in the about section. Email me your. How could I do this? I don't know. I'll figure out a way. I'll figure out a way to send you.
Yeah, I think it's in the about section of his channel. So if you go onto his channel,
email me some details so I can
just go right to the right, and then you should be able to find the about section. His emails at the very bottom. If I remember.
Then if you email me some details or something, and then I can send the seeds out. I won't tell you what the seeds are. That'll be a complete mystery. But it'll be something good. It's not going to be. It's not going to be something like.
It arrives.
Let me think. What won't it be? It won't be something like. I suppose all seeds are good, aren't they?
Any seed is good, especially if it's free. I think as well, to 500 subscribers, I might do some form of a giveaway. So I'm a long way away. I think I'm something like 130.
Well, this has really hindered you, hasn't it?
The annoying thing is as well, I was on like 420 subscribers or something like that, or 430. I was close to 430, and then randomly, I have no idea why, I lost about 30 of those subscribers overnight.
I know.
Today I lost a couple more, and then the whole trolling, faking thing took loads of subscribers, and it's just amazing, really, because the faker was off Jimbob's channel, not mine. But I think in the end, I actually lost more subscribers than Jimbob. But that's fine. I'd rather lose the subscribers than Jimbob, to be honest with you.
Thank you. Just looking at the chat now. Fish with Bish. So this is you, Mike. I don't know.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, and then yeah. Hello, Nick.
Yeah.
How are you?
See you when you get
It's been a while since I've been live stream, hasn't it? Yeah. So all seeds are good except Brussels sprouts. Yeah, I don't like Brussels sprouts myself.
Hello, Nick.
Hello,
Thank you very much for coming along. Really
Yeah.
appreciate that. I'm going to be annoying, and I'm going to be back in a minute. I've got to go away from camera for a minute.
Please don't do that. I can't handle the stream.
Oh, you're fine, Jim. You're more than capable. just talk.
Oh, I've got to
viewers.
I've got to think now. Right. Well, prepare for everything to go wrong. So, how is everybody? All right, Laura. So you've had quail since last year. Was it? Did you buy them as? Did you hatch them, or did you buy the birds, or did you buy them as day-old chicks? What did you do with them for purchasing? Oh, favorite thing to grow. I actually enjoy growing potatoes. Yeah, I think my favorite thing would be potatoes to grow. I mean, this year, I'll just quickly go and show you them. I haven't had great success. However, so this is from one bag. I do them in grow bags, not in grow bags. Forget that, in like crop bags. And as you can see here, in this bucket, there's hardly any. Oh, which is a real shame. So I've got this big one. I've got this small one here. I think this one would be the biggest. They're very small, and I think that was partially because of the hot weather. I think did them in really. However, what I've done in the bag, what I've done is now I've put a load of fish blood and bone meal on, and I'm watering that in. So which variety I grew? What was it now? Charlotte. This year was Charlotte potatoes. Last year was Rocket, I think. I just really pick up what's over in the garden centre. So, 1, 2, and there's find someone to hatch.
Thank you, Barbara.
All right, yeah. So, right. So that was interesting then, Laura. Anyway, Mike's back now.
Yeah. So I got quail today, Laura. So I got 3 common Japanese quail, I think they're called, and 3 tuxedo back Japanese quail. I don't know. And so I've just got them in, and I like them already. I'd say probably equally, if not more so, than the chickens, because the chickens are very frightened of people, or mostly. You know, you walk towards them, the majority of them will run, apart from the Silkies and Sam. That's because they have been used to people a lot. However, the light Sussex, I think they were just not didn't see many people, just around chickens for the majority of their lives. they'll probably always be very nervous around me. So I come into the chicken pen and they all stop what they're doing and sort of just go as far away from me as they physically can, which is fair enough. But the quail,
Wouldn't that make? Sorry.
what were you going to say?
Wouldn't that make it easier to handle them though by being able to sort of herd them into the chicken hutch more at night, or do they just do that by themselves? Do they just walk themselves
They
in?
do go in by themselves, but it does make it a lot more awkward as well because the Silkies and Sam and one of the Black Pekins, come to think of it, I can pick them up and they're quite happy being picked up and put into the house.
Right.
Or I want them to go to bed at 5 o'clock. Say, I don't know, I've got to go out.
Yeah.
I might not be back till early in the morning or whatever. So it's easier to do it like that, I find anyway. So this, there we go. This is Jimbob's, this is Bish's second account.
Thank you.
71st, thank you.
Cheers, thank you. That's very kind of you. Yeah, so 90 subscribers. Wow, what an achievement. Only 10 to go.
You can do it.
If you'd have told me 6 months ago I'd be on 90 subscribers, I'd say you're mad. Because on my old channel, I didn't upload much. What? No, I did and I didn't. I did sort of what I was doing now, but much worse. Much worse content.
I wouldn't
Absolutely
say
no
that.
editing. It was very poor. My content was very poor.
Everybody's got to start somewhere, though, haven't they?
I was on the max I used to hit was
like
18
just now.
And I used to get 2 likes and something like 5 dislikes. And that's true, isn't it, Michael? I used to have a really bad.
Yeah,
I used to have a really bad.
Mine was quite similar, although I tend to get 0 likes and like 2 dislikes.
Yeah. The ratio was rubbish, so I'm quite happy with the new channel and how it's going, even though I am only on 90 subscribers. To me, that's an achievement, and I'm really proud that I've managed to get that far. So thank you very much for everybody's support. Nice to see Nick's back. It's a spider that ran across the living room floor. Oh dear.
Our dogs are trained to kill spiders and pretty much anything else, like any insects. Get a moth in because the dogs sleep in my room. There'll be a moth in the room just flying about, not hurting anybody. Bilbo has to kill it. I have scratches because he'll jump on my bed, scratch the wall, which normally wakes me up, land on me, jumping about trying to get this thing, jumping off the about until he eventually gets it. And then by that point, I've woken up. There's scratches all over the wall. And normally knocks like if I've got a mug of tea, you normally knock that across the room or something. Normally it's empty though, thankfully.
Yeah.
And spiders, my mum especially hates spiders. I'm not so bad. I don't like them, but I don't hate them either. And I'm not afraid of them as much as my mum. Although at the same time, if a big fat spider were to run towards me, I probably wouldn't.
I can put up with the stupid little spindly ones, the ones with
the little things don't bother me. If they're any bigger than like I don't know, if they're any bigger than like a £2 coin, I tend to try and avoid them.
Yeah, I think the little spindly ones, the little very thin ones with the little sensor.
They even the slightly larger ones, because I get them living on the pots.
They tend to keep out your way more. They go into corners and little bits like that. It's these weird, like the fat ones that go in, like you said, into pots and into seed trays and on the bottom. And it's just
I have to admit, they don't bother me. They've got to be quite big to actually, bother me at all. But normally, they're just there, and that's that. Alone, they leave me alone. So, how is everybody then? What's everybody been up to? So obviously, I've gotten the quails today and been putting in a new floor for their hutch. Anything you've been doing lately, Jimbob?
Well, I potted up my 72 plug plants from Thompson Morgan. I got them for £10. And I think delivery was £1.50, so not too bad. Normally, Thompson Morgan are really bad. They've got something like £6 delivery normally.
Yeah, I normally pay like £6-7 for delivery.
never order from Thompson Morgan apart from this once. For seeds, I tend to go with Mr. Fothergill's at the minute. I know people have said they're not got quite good success rates, but it's what the nursery I go to, called Orchard Nurseries. They're really good. They've got absolutely everything you can think of there. But they're a small business as well, which is why I like supporting them. They only stock Mr. Fothergill, so I just get what they have. Same with their compost. They have Levingtons, which is what I'm using now. They've got Violet Farm. They've got Humax, and they've got, I think that's about it. Actually, I think about it. Yeah, that's it. And Miracle Grow peat free. But they have Mr. Fothergill seeds. I found their seed potatoes to be quite good, but other than that, it's a bit. That's all I've been doing is potting up plug plants today, watering. We're doing a big greenhouse clearance, which is why I think I'm going to upload a video soon, just doing a little update. I normally do a monthly update, but things have changed very rapidly to the point where I think I need to do another update just to show to do a second update. And the new regime I've got now is that I upload every Monday and Wednesday or Thursday. So that's the new scheme.
So, bit of a question for you, Jimbob. For anybody here who doesn't know your YouTube channel, whether they're watching this on the repeat or they're here now, what do you do on your YouTube channel?
This is a very asked question on any live stream. Mainly gardening videos, and there's a mix of gardening videos. Recently, I've uploaded me going to a garden centre, showing you around the garden centre. The first time I've done that, and I wasn't very confident. I thought, filming in public, but there was nobody there. It was a Sunday. There was nobody there, and that was the best thing because this nursery I went to was hidden away. Like you will, if honestly, it's down the skinniest little lane, and I thought to myself, nobody's going to bother coming.
Is that?
And I got
well, I told you to go
Irland, yeah. And I thought nobody's going to be bothering coming down there. Pulled up, there's one car there, and it was the owners, and I just thought,
probably quite quiet there.
It is, and that's quite nice. It's the two brothers that own it, isn't it? That's what they told me.
Yes, two brothers
own it. They're very nice people.
Live very close to Irland. She very close to Irland.
That's videos I've been doing recently. Other ones I've been doing a bit of a beginner's guide series. I've organised most of them into playlists, and I'm sort of drawing that series to an end. I think the next video I'll upload on that series is how to care for strawberry plants. But other than that, I think we're going to wind down on that one because there's not really much else I can do. I've done sort of taking cuttings. I might do some others about cuttings, but there's only so many you can do. And I'm moving on to more updates, regular videos, and going to garden centres and nurseries.
Sounds good.
I'm not quite sure what happened there.
No, we need that.
It's
There we go. We're back.
right. There we go.
So, to sort of give everybody an idea of, I suppose, what my garden's looking like at the minute, picture a construction site with plants in it. That's pretty much my garden at this point.
Yeah, it's
lots of pallets I've been taking apart because I've been building quite a lot of stuff out of pallets lately. I'm actually in the middle of a couple more projects now out of pallets. Right. So currently there's just bits of pallet wood everywhere and plants everywhere else. I will do a live stream. No, not a live stream. A video about that at some point. Although it would be nice to do a live stream, but unfortunately I'm not at 1K yet. So
yeah.
If you want to see a live stream on my phone, subscribe.
Yeah, same over here. Have you got any curry plants left from your sale?
I do.
That's great. Could you possibly save to the side? Can you take cuttings with them? Or
Yeah,
not
I've
really?
just pruned them and I take cuttings from them all the time. They're probably one of the easiest plants to root, other than I'd say mint and curry plants are some of the easiest things to root because they require absolutely no attention at all.
Really? So
Yeah,
the ones that I could buy, would I be able to take cuttings straight away? Are they fast growers, or what's the
they're pretty
where
quick
do I
growers.
get the
Yeah,
cutting on them?
I recommend pruning them. Prune them regularly because otherwise you get lots of tiny little spindly bits going here, there, and everywhere, and that'll be it. You won't get a nice bushy plant like you see in a garden centre. So I recommend pruning it as much as you can with anything really, especially herbs. Pruning them is well, that's why herbs are so good because when you're taking away from them to put in meals or whatever or to dry them, you're pruning them. So if you don't prune them and you just have them there, you've not been taking anything from them at all, and they're just sat there, especially in the winter, they tend to go quite spindly and quite leggy. If you regularly prune any herbs, they will become a nice bushy plant with lots of green growth.
Yeah, that sounds quite right. My chocolate mint cuttings have been doing really well. I was pleasantly surprised because I know you had some trouble last year propagating them.
Well, to be fair, I only propagated like 5 or 6 anyway, so
Mm.
you know, this year I've been taking loads of chocolate mint cuttings, and I'm probably getting, I'd say, maybe sort of 70 to 80% success rates at the minute, which is I'm very impressed with because last year
Hmm.
hardly getting any.
Yeah, I mean, do you remember at Christmas time where thank you,
I
Nick,
do.
where you gave me those, I think it was lavender cuttings in the 4-pack
Yeah,
tray. It's been so bad I haven't taken them out of the tray yet. But they died right back, and I was really, really sad.
prune
And
them,
so recently they've been shooting out. They've been shooting out loads of green growth. So I'm going to pop
prune
them
them,
up. I need to
prune
pop
them,
them up and prune them. Yeah.
prune them, and pot them up. Definitely, that will. That's what I found. That's the best thing to do if you're going to pot something
Mm.
up at the same time. If you're going to prune something, pot it up at the same time. Because I tend to find if it needs potting up, it needs pruning, or if it needs pruning, it needs potting up. So whichever one becomes more alarming. If it goes really spindly and leggy, prune it and pot it up because chances are it needs it. And the other way
Mm.
around. Find when you prune something, if you pot it up as well, not only is it improving the plant structure, but also the root structure, which is very beneficial for the plant.
Mm. Yeah, I agree. I have my Sedum Gold Mound or Sedum. I like to say Sedum, but my Sedum Gold Mound. They've been doing very well recently. I've not had a single one die, and I think they're just so easy to root. I would recommend if you want to start off in the alpine world, I'd guess. I'd go
Yeah,
with Sedum. I know some people say succulent, but it just doesn't seem right to me because they can live outside. Or I
they
know
actually aren't a succulent. Sedums are not a true succulent. People do
no.
call them succulent, however, they are not a true succulent. They are an alpine. So they're very similar. They are almost the same thing as a succulent, but they aren't quite the same.
I want to buy some alpines because I feel like I mean, I've got another type of sedum that looks it's very attractive. I like the look of it. It looks like a succulent, and to look at it, you'd say, well, that's a succulent. So I want to be able to, and I think some sedums you can grow indoors as well. I think you can grow indoors and outdoors with sedum, though I think they really do best outdoors as a ground coverage plant. But when they're quite small, I'd keep them in. I'm going to start taking some cuttings of that one and hopefully grow more. But they're so fast growing as well. They grow like wildfire once they get going.
Yeah, it sounds like it. My issue with sedums is I take the cuttings, it's all good. They root, it's all good. Then we get a really hot spell that kills them off. They're not quite big enough to go outside. And in that 6x8 greenhouse, it gets really hot. Even with the door and the window open, it gets so hot in there. Cactus and succulents, desert plants, burn. But at the minute, I'm having to water my cactus pretty much every day.
Oh,
in a 6x8 greenhouse, because it just gets that hot, it gets direct sunlight, they burn or they shrivel up because they don't have enough water. Desert plants that don't normally get much water need to be watered every day. It's amazing.
I can't understand that because I've left all my succulents outside this summer pretty much, and they've all done fantastically well.
Take them in for
I
the
think
winter.
the problem is maybe the glass. I think it's just maybe not so much the heat in there, but it's more the direct sunlight just actually burning them.
The glass, you see, it concentrates that, but also the heat, it amplifies it and holds it. So, whereas if I were to just have them out in the open, yes, they're okay. However, what you've got to remember is I don't have an awful lot of outside. Well, I do, but it's all full up with cuttings of different plants like
I
mine.
think the other problem is for you is that it's very windy, isn't it? When you are like, we're very well,
extremely, yeah.
Like that little alley there. Wow, big gust of wind, and it's more the wind than the temperature because the wind carries the cool air. That would just kill off cacti, really. But we're very sheltered where we are. Very lucky.
Yeah, definitely, Nick. Which is why I prefer to keep mine in the greenhouse, because I've been growing desert plants. Well, that was the first thing I started growing when I got into gardening. So I've been growing them for just over a year now, coming on for 2 years. So my main issue at the minute is desert plants that don't need much water are drying out that quickly because it's so hot that I have to water them, unfortunately. And I don't like doing it at all. And I hope that we have a cooler autumn and winter and, going into spring. Because if we don't, even if we get like one hot day, you can't water them in the autumn or winter going into spring because they will rot. So if I get a really, really hot day and they shrivel because they do not have enough water and they begin to die, unfortunately, I'm going to have to take my chances and hope they're okay, because you can't water them in the colder times, because it might be one day, but the next day it could be freezing cold or even just average winter temperatures, and you have lost everything you've watered.
I think the issue is as well is that a lot of your cacti are quite old, aren't they? Like you've recovered some really.
Yeah. They've been abused, most of my cactus, and I've sort of rescued them.
Yeah, and I think they're on that sort of verge of being alive or not. They're thinking about it at the moment.
Yeah. So that's another issue, just because some of them are so old, they've had a lack of water for years. I'm trying to bring them back into it, and they're struggling, which is fair enough. So Nick's asking, do I shade my greenhouse? Well, I'd like to. Unfortunately, I haven't got any. Can't find any decent stuff that's affordable, because I've got this polytunnel cover to buy. I've worked out how much it is. It's £640, including that. It's a green cover polytunnel, about 60% shading, built-in shading, basically, into the plastic. That's the green.
Mine's like that as well. You can't go wrong. It's really good.
Yeah, well, this is obviously a bit different to yours, because yours is actual bits of shading in the plastic, whereas this is, you want to Google them, they're really good. Burncoose Garden Centre near me, they have it. Amazing stuff.
I don't think you did you buy it from Burncoose or
No, I've not bought it yet, because I'm still waiting. We've not put the polytunnel up yet. However, because I put in for planning, local polytunnel cover company sent me all this stuff in the post. I didn't ask for it, they sent it to me. So I've worked out how much my polytunnel costs, because it's 27 feet by 120 feet. So that's £640, including that, for this polytunnel cover, green cover. And the idea is, I'll have this on and you don't need to put shading up. It's still going to be, quite hot in the summer, but it will be no different to having shading in a polytunnel, and it saves you having the shading, which also does save you quite a lot of headroom, because anybody who has a polytunnel, when you shade it, normally you've got the shading sort of hanging down, sort of like head height, and you're brushing against it all the time. It'd be quite annoying, especially if you're doing potting up for several hours below this stuff, and then you look up and you realize there's loads of dead wasps, spiders, living wasps, flies. it's not very nice anymore suddenly.
Stuff
So
gets trapped in between the netting as well, like you just
yeah.
said. Oh well. I had an infestation of wasps in my polytunnel. I went away for a week and I left because my windows are funny. They've got a mesh on them, but you can take the mesh off as well. So I decided to take the mesh off for some really unintelligent reason. I thought it would help the airflow, and in doing that, loads of wasps were in. I opened my greenhouse. There was
Yeah, I
big
bet.
horde. Wow. So I tried to save as many as I could, but in the end, I was just killing them left, right, and centre because I know that's not the right thing to do. They won't be, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But they were just like, I'm gonna get this fumigation thing to fumigate my mini greenhouse because I've got an ant problem as well. So if I buy this fumigator, I think it's something like £4. I'm going to buy it from Orchard Nurseries, the garden centre I go to, and it kills ants, small flying things, flies, wasps, pretty much everything. But you want to be away from it when it's going, because it's probably not safe.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't want to be standing in there, but it's fumigator. It can fumigate a standard 6x8 greenhouse, so that's what I'm going to put it in my. So I've got 2 greenhouses. I've got a small one and I've got a large one. I'm going to be putting it in the small one. That'll be fun. It'll be great. Get rid of the ants.
Sounds good, Jimbob. I'm just gonna have my camera off while I eat my tea.
Yeah.
And I'll back on after.
I might actually just get myself a drink while you're doing that, because I'm very thirsty after all this talking. Not that I've done that much, but there you go.
Oh, I don't know. You've been a very entertaining guest. Not like me when I'm on Monty's YouTube channel. I pretty much sit there for an hour, pretty much silent because I don't know what to talk about.
Is it possible for 3 people to stream at the same time, or is that not possible?
6 people can come on this StreamYard, yes. Up
Oh.
6 people.
So we should have Monty over for a stream.
Yeah, I definitely think we need to get a few people over here one day. Perhaps when you hit 100, or I hit 500, whichever comes first. Probably you hitting 100. We'll have a load of people come on. Nick, if you want to come on. Well, anybody really who asks to come on. Try and get a few people on. It'd be good.
Definitely. Does anybody recommend any compost brands? Because I'm struggling really badly. Has anybody used Levington's compost more to the point? Because that's what I'm using now. But Levington's with added John in this, and I'm having to sieve it because of the big fibers, the big bits of wood, the big bits of little bits of little balls of clay in it, little balls of wood. It's just and massive fibers as well. It's just not nice stuff. Really, when you break it down. So I'm having to sieve it, and even then, it's not perfect. Has anybody had any success with growing with Levingtons, or has nobody really used it?
I've never had success with Levingtons. Just to answer Nick's questions here. So I'm saving about £150 from every online thing for green polytunnel covers that I found. I know somebody who has a white polytunnel cover, and they wish they'd bought a green one. Also, the one near me, they have it. I've been in both, and it is a real difference. Even a white polytunnel with cover on it, it's not the same.
Oh, right.
Ones they stop the plants from burning altogether. They're just a lot better. So it is more expensive, Nick. However, I would rather spend that bit extra to get the better one that I want and be happy with it, if you know what I mean. And also, what you got to remember, it is a 27-foot by 120-foot polytunnel. So, it is quite big, and no matter what I get, it's going to be quite expensive.
Yeah, I mean, to my mind, I would have just gone with the white one because I don't know why, but for some reason, I would have just gone with the white one because it's, well, A, it's the cheapest, and B, it's traditionally what's used. But you're probably right. It's probably much better than the white one.
It is, yeah. Well, like I said, I was looking through plants and stuff at Burncoos trying to buy some, nice stuff. And we probably spent about 10 minutes in each polytunnel. And when we were in the green one, it's a nice, comfortable temperature. The plants, it's warmer than the, outside. It's a lot warmer, but it's still a nice temperature. So you're not there sweating for hours in a horrible, stuffy, hot greenhouse or polytunnel. It's just a nice temperature to be in and a nice temperature to spend 3 hours potting up in. So end of the day, yes, white is traditional. However, this green thing, it's quite a new thing that's come out. And a lot of places, a lot of garden centres and stuff are actually switching to these because they are the best. It's very similar, Jim, basically to your greenhouses, except they don't have this netting built in. It's just green plastic, basically. And it is so much better to work in.
I mean, orchard nurseries, I've got massive greenhouses. I say massive there. Well, they'll be about the size of your polytunnel, I expect. Your new one, so fairly large. They got two. So to my mind, that's big. And it's always very warm in there, and I mean very hot. But I just think what a waste, because all they put in there is a few cacti, and I mean they don't have many. A few cactus and all of their stuff, like their seeds, go in there, and they sell absolutely everything. They've got bags of concrete in there, ready mixed concrete, ready mixed cement. All their plastic pots go in there, all the terracotta pots that are for sale, all of this as well. Just loads of different stuff. I will do a video walking around there, and it's just amazing. It's just the best place. I think the best place to buy plants and everything from, because not only do they sell plants, they sell animal feed and everything. See you later, Laura. Cheers. Thank you for popping.
Yeah, thank you, Laura.
So yeah, they sell absolutely everything there. It's great.
So Nick's just saying, need to save a bit of money. Yeah, that's Nick. That's basically what I've been doing these past week or so, a few weeks now. Doing lots of plant sales, pretty much selling everything I have in my greenhouse at the minute. Jimbob knows. I was sort of getting ready for everything when he was here.
Yeah.
Everything, crating up, pricing up, putting labels on, making sure it's all tidy, making sure it's not pot bound, all that to sell. So I'm hoping I should be able to get this covered this year by literally just selling all of the plants I've been growing, because I have enough stocks worth to set, to make the money. It's just the selling it, which is, well, it's a lot easier for me than it would be for a lot of people, because I have my parents' shop that I can just stick them up there and they will sell. Obviously, a lot of people have to go to car boots and stuff, and they got to pay entry.
Oh, car boots are just a waste of money. Don't. If anybody's doing it, my advice to you: don't do car boots. Find another outlet, because I've tried doing it and it was really it's just not worth it. I don't know. Some car boots are great. You can pick the right ones that are got more planty people in it, but the one that we went to, the sort of things people were selling was just rubbish. You know what I mean? Like, they had some nice garden forks, so I picked up some lovely hanging baskets, but that was about it. The rest of it was just sort of, well, rubbish that people have in their houses. It just wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth that £7 entrance fee. In fact, I only made £6 there. Didn't even cover the entrance fee. So
yeah, well, I was at a family coffee morning today of a friend of our family. I thought I'd support them, so I got a stall there for £5. I sold an azalea and a fuchsia. I made about £1 profit.
was that it?
Yeah,
Really? Oh,
because it was £5 entrance fee, and I paid £2.50 for the plants. I sold them both for £6. I also bought a raffle ticket again to support them, because it was for this person's daughter to go to some country to do disaster relief or something like that. So it's for a good cause. So I made £1 profit. I will not be doing coffee mornings or anything like that again unless I'm getting a free stall.
Coffee mornings. Where would I recommend? I mean, I've got a good outlet where I am, but I would recommend seeing if any like small shops would take anything. Any little shops with any small, maybe some farm shops or maybe.
My boss Yvonne, I've got a good enough outlet at the shop. I don't need any more. But my boss Yvonne does have a lot of the local outlets, and we're quite good friends. If I were to go and steal her outlets, well, it's like me going and stealing your outlets, Jimbob. You wouldn't be too happy about it. You'd be very angry, in fact.
Also, yeah.
We do help each other, give each other plants here and there when we need them, do collaboration sales, things like that. But we don't step on each other's toes. I keep to the shop. She's got 20-foot long polytunnel. I've just got my greenhouse in this outside area. When I get the 120-foot polytunnel, it'll be different. I will probably approach more places, but obviously,
we'll go for it.
Yeah, obviously not ones that are supplied by Yvonne. But
I would never recommend if somebody's selling plants there, don't do that. Just please don't make enemies. I think the best thing you can do is if there's a small farm shop somewhere that's not selling plants, there's plenty around that aren't selling plants. Just approach them; they might be interested, and you can broker some sort of deal with them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Currently, I don't need to approach any places because I sell enough stock. Well, I sell all of my stock in the shop. I genuinely don't need to approach any little places like that because I sell enough in the shop that I wouldn't have enough stock to supply there as well. But because I have a very large area where I sell stuff, we get quite a few customers in the door every day. I do sell quite a bit. So currently, with my greenhouse, supplying 2 shops, there's no point because I wouldn't be able to supply them both. However, when I get the polytunnel, I will be approaching. There's a little shop near me. I will be approaching a few of those that don't have any plants, but there aren't too many farm shops near me as such. Most of those that are most farm shops, they have their own plants that they grow and sell.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few farm shops near me that don't, but not many. No, not many. I think also some small stores. There's actually a butcher's shop near us. They used to have plants selling there, I think, but not anymore. So I'm sure they'd be looking for an outlet. There's a butcher's shop. Yeah, I might do. Yeah. Again, I'm doing quite well with the outlet I've got now. I'm pleasantly surprised actually how well it's doing because I've got a constant flow of customers. Sorry?
Is that your school?
Yeah. It's just a table up in the reception area, and loads of when parents come through to, well, whatever, they generally pick something up, and I think it's because I keep the prices well. That's the big thing. It's just undercutting. I'm going to be selling some herbs, and I might do £1 for 9 centimeter basil. To me, that's a good price.
Yeah.
Because everywhere I look, it's something like £2.50 for a basil plant. Quite silly actually.
My rhododendrons, I charge £12 for. Garden centres near me charge for same size plant, same variety and all that, £22.50. So I undercut them by £10.50. At the end of the day, rhododendrons aren't cheap. £12 for a plant is still a lot of money, but that's because rhododendrons take a lot longer to grow.
Yeah, definitely. Well, what time is it? Just over an hour. I generally just stay on the live stream for an hour, don't I? Really?
You do normally, yes.
Yeah, I might leave soon in about 5 or 6 minutes, but not just yet. I don't tend to stay much longer than an hour.
Why not? You'd be more than welcome.
I don't know. I just run out of things to say, and I don't know.
Yeah, well, we've had a nice audience tonight. You know, quite a lot of people trickling in and out. I
There's
do
3 people
bring
watching.
this to an end in a minute. You know, just before Jimbob leaves. What I'll do, Jim, don't leave the chat, and I'll end the live stream, and we can sort of talk after as well. So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah.
so
Well, what I'll stay on, and we'll both. Well, we'll end it together. That's not a bad idea.
yeah, definitely, and I'll talk to you after the stream as well, and you know. But thank you very much, everybody who came along today. Really appreciate it.
Very much.
And thank you to the people who stayed pretty much right the way through.
Yeah, which would be well, Laura pretty much. Although I
yeah,
think Poultry
been here for
maybe.
a while. Oh, you know that's a bit strange. Jimbob's been here for a while as well. What do you know?
Um,
Thank you very much, everybody, for coming along. We'll end the
yeah.
stream before we ramble on for too much longer. So, see you all again. Bye for now.
Well,